Journal and document absolutely everything, whether that's for life or for work. Hi, my name's Alex. I'm doing a 30-day challenge where I'm learning to speak better English, build my camera confidence, as well as my mind-mouth connection. And today's topic is something I wish I knew in my 20s. Well, there are a lot that I can talk about, but off the top of my mind, I would say to journal and document absolutely everything, whether that's for life or for work. Let me explain. The way I think about our brain is that it's quite similar to, let's say, a mobile phone. So our eyes is like the camera, our ears is like the mic, and our mouth is like the speaker. Both our brain and the phone have long-term memory and the short-term memory. But the key difference is that our brain is not good at differentiating what information to be stored in the long-term memory or what information to be stored in the short-term memory. For the computer, for a phone, it is easy. It knows what information to be stored on which memory. But our brain doesn't function like that. I think we all have that similar experiences where we are talking to a friend about, let's say, a restaurant that we've been to a year ago. We remember the food, what food we eat, the vibe, the environment is absolutely amazing, but we can't seem to remember the name of the restaurant or even the location. So that's why I say it is pretty important to journal and document. And also, like, if you are trying to improve your life in any way, journaling really helps to get everything in your mind onto a piece of paper or in a digital form. So it helps you to recognize pattern that happen in your past. Like, the reason I think about doing this challenge is because I recognize in my past journals that I have a behavioral pattern that I really want to break, and that's doing something consistently. And if you are, like me, an overthinker and whose brain can't really stop thinking about anything and everything, having a journal, it really helps in a way that you get whatever's happening in your mind, whatever thoughts you have, ideas you have in your mind on paper or in a Notion journal. It helps you really clear that mind of yours and get you grounded. And the documentation doesn't stop with just journaling. So as someone who enjoys prefers that to live in the moment, I wasn't really keen on taking pictures or videos. But for the past 2 years of my life, I've been trying to take as much pictures or videos as possible of whatever major things happen in my life, whether that's going to an exhibition, going to a new place, or just hanging out with friends. Because at the end of the year, I don't want to rely on my memory to remember what happened throughout the years or the major milestone in my life, whether it's happy or sad. I want to have like a physical evidence or digital evidence of what I had done. Like every year we start writing the New Year resolution, right? So I will look back on that journey, every photos and videos. If I have too little, I would set my goals to, like, I want to hang out more with my friends to reconnect, or trying new restaurant, going to new places, having new experiences. So that documentation really helped, especially in the reviewing process. And also, right, one surprising thing that I have found through documentation is that as an introvert, this really helped me in conversation with strangers. I could just pull out my phone and talk about the places I have been to without relying too much on my memory. And for work, I think it is even more important to write like a work journal or document everything you have done on a day or all the milestones that you have achieved. Like in the games industry, which I worked in, a lot of times it requires a portfolio to get at least an interview. Like resume and cover letter is sometimes not even that important. What matters is a portfolio of work. Now, earlier in my career, I have not document anything. So when I sit down to write my resume and portfolio, I can only remember a fraction of what I have done, and I have no screenshot, no record of proof of all the design work I have done. And this is definitely something that I regretted. And if anything, right, this documentation is at a very minimum just a way to protect yourself. All the conversation you have with your boss or your colleagues or the HR department, whatever is said, document it, because you never know if one day you're going to need that proof, just in case, right? Like, I remember this instance like a couple years ago. So I was doing a translation for the game, and I had like the files on my main monitor and a Netflix playing on another monitor. I just want to have like background sound on that's not music. So I was doing the translation, and I think the CEO of the company or the senior manager just walked past me, and he got really angry because he thought I was not working during work hours, just watching Netflix, and the deadline was like really tight. So I sort of got called into the office, and I was lucky because I had like a Trello board where I document everything I had done every single day and recorded all the process of my work. And I just show him my Trello board, and told him that this is everything I had done, and I'm just putting Netflix in the background, and this is my progress. And that really got me sort of out of a jam. So the point is, try to document everything you have done. All the minor and major tasks, the milestones, especially the milestones. Learn to celebrate the milestones. If you have recorded your milestones, it is easier to celebrate those milestones and look back on areas to improve. And that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. I will see you tomorrow.